Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Same line as last time, but welcome. Another little real talk, but today you're joining me in a little fucking cafe, mate, in Bali. We'll hit a spin. Ooh, this is like the closest thing to the gaff. I mean, it's all right. It does a fucking job. Pretty chill little vibe. But what I want to go over today is just taking accountability, and that is obviously within trading, but also all within everything in your life. I know for me personally, before when I was unprofitable, but even before I started trading, I would never take accountability for anything in my life. And that just obviously leads to you just blaming everyone else when there's no one to blame. It's you're the only one who can change anything in your life. But in trading as well, I wouldn't pass an account. Ooh, no, it's not my fault, it's that mentor's fault. No, it's not. So I see so many people not taking accountability in terms of prop firms. Most people understand and they know that prop firms are gonna have stacked rules against you because that's how they make money. They make money by you failing. When you lose, when you blow an account, they are making money. So they're obviously going to have rules in place, but just because your payout got denied, just because you didn't pass that account, but just because you broke a rule, doesn't necessarily mean it's their fault. You need to take accountability in the fact that maybe you fucked up. You should know what the rules are for those firms, because if you are trading with them, then why would you not know the rules? You're going in blind. You need to understand that prop firms is a massive tool at the start of your journey in order to be able to put in little money, 10K account, 30 quid, to be able to get K payout. You just understand how much you can leverage that. So it's a massive tool. So obviously you're gonna have rules that are stacked against you in order for you to fail. So you need to obviously abide by those rules. You can't just not abide by the rules and say, oh, they didn't pay me out their shit firm. Again, you're not taking accountability. And I never took accountability for anything in my life. When I was a kid, I'm still a kid, but when I was younger, I was a fat piece of shit. I was lazy. I would just game all day. I'd just eat. I was actually fat as fuck. And then I started to realize that everything in my life is up for me to change. I'm the only one who can control everything in my life. No one is gonna fucking do it for me. So, got in the gym, got in shape, right? First step in the right direction to change my life, okay? Then stayed in shape 2 years. When I turned 16 last year, March last year, no, I was 17. I started trading, and then said trading didn't last very long. I went down the rabbit hole of ICT, blamed everyone, blamed ICT, said it didn't work, I couldn't make it work. Stopped trading for about 4 months. And then when I decided that, right, this is the time for my life to change, and if I don't make a decision right here, if I don't take that necessary step and do what I know I need to do, then my life is not gonna change. I'm gonna work an average job. I'm gonna get 6 weeks of holiday a year. I'm gonna get paid fuck all, unless I do something that's outside of the norm, unless I take accountability for my life. Because no one was gonna come out there and just save me and just say, oh, I'll give you this business for free, mate. There you go, $1 million a year. And I understood that. I started to understand that 4 months after I quit trading. I was like, right, we've got to make it work. And everything that I do is now my fault. Every situation that I'm in is now my fault. I had no money, okay, that's my fault. I had a job, and I was working a job, but I was going out every single fucking weekend getting pissed, okay? So I'm working a job and I'm actually losing money every month. Why is that? Well, mate, it's probably your fault because you're going out every single weekend, getting on it, and then just wasting all your money on bitches, drinks. I took accountability for that. So I stopped going out as much, still had a bit of fun, I'm only 18, but when I started to take accountability of that in terms of my money, I started working more, and I just started putting everything into the game. I started back testing 4 hours a day, 3 to 4 hours a day, doing 1 year of data collection per day. I started to really take accountability of my life. I understood that I needed to take the necessary steps in trading. I needed to learn the model. I already learned the model, Berg taught me the model, but you can learn a model, you can know a model, doesn't mean you're necessarily gonna get results. I knew that I wanted to put in as much time and effort to show myself that I can actually fucking do something and to make it unrealistic for me to fail. I had had enough of blaming other people for the situations that I was in within my life and not truly taking accountability. I was fed up with the situation that I was in. Not a bad situation, but I didn't have enough money. I wanted more money and freedom. I didn't want to go to fucking uni. All my mates speaking about going to uni. Ooh, what uni are you going to? I want to go to uni, mate. I'm not a fucking nerd. I'm gonna just drink. Oh yeah. Let me get a £2 bottle of wine. Sounds mint, mate. But when I started to take accountability, boys, that is when my life did change, because I knew that, okay, everything's my fault. I'm the only one who can change it, and it's quite empowering because you know, okay, if I'm the only one that can change this, then I've got to fucking make it work. I've got to go out there and put the work in. I've got to make money. I've got to make trading work. I've got to become profitable. okay, if I'm the only one who can do it, no one's stopping me. It doesn't matter what you've got going on in your life. If you can take full accountability, if you can start taking the necessary steps towards your goals, whether it's trading, business, whatever it is, then I guarantee you're gonna be a much happier person even before you've succeeded. Because I actually had the most fun when I was grinding the model, when I was learning it, when I was back testing so much, because it's something new. You're working towards something, you're finally working on yourself. Now, I was going to the gym every day. I was looking after myself in that regard, but I wasn't looking after myself in terms of money, in terms of like actually chasing any business, in terms of chasing any goals that was outside of my physical health. But when I started to take accountability, I understood, okay, doesn't matter what they say, what they do, I am going to leave everything to me, and I'm the only one who can change it. And that is when, obviously after months of learning, grafting, I got quite lucky in terms of the fact that I learned a mechanical model, paid off. I put the work in, don't get me wrong, put a lot of work in, but I took accountability. I knew that what I needed to do for my life, I knew I needed to lock back in with trading, I knew I needed to learn that again, and I did that, and it paid off. But if I just kept blaming other people for where I was in my life, I'd probably be going to uni now, or I'd be a bum, I'd still be working at Morrison's, mate. But I took accountability, right, I'm the only one who can change this, let's get to work now. Let's do 16-hour days. Let's work a job, play sport, because I had a fucking scholarship, so I had to play sport like 4 times a week. Also do my A-levels, well I did a BTEC, but A-levels. Also do my A-levels, BTEC, and then also learn to trade, also go to the gym, also try and have a social life. I had a miss at the time, I had to step that off. Had to lock back in, boys. Got a bit distracted. But take accountability, best thing I've ever done. Now I'm just chilling in Bali. A little cafe, mate. Oh, let's hit a flip on this. Beep. But you are the only one who can change your situation. Your situation may not be good, you may not be given the best cards, you may not be where you actually want to be in your life, but I guarantee you bitching and crying about it is not going to get you anywhere. The only thing that's going to get you anywhere is doing the necessary work. And that's all it comes down to. It doesn't matter your habits, it doesn't matter about what type of person you are. If you do the necessary work, if you put the work in, you'll get there.